Today's topic of choice in the real estate industry are what we call lease backs. And I'll put some more information kind of in our comments here if you want more information on how a lease back works. But just for general purposes, if you are selling your house and you cannot find a place to live and you have a buyer who is willing to actually have a conversation with you about a lease back, here are some very common things that you may need to think about or have a discussion with your real estate agent. Hopefully they have leasing experience when you hire them to list your property for sale. So that is something to consider. I'm Julia Hurley, real estate expert in the Knoxville, Tennessee market. I've been licensed for a decade and own my own brokerage. Leasebacks. Number one, you want to make sure that you have at least 90 days. I know that you can say, hey, I'm not going to be here 90 days, but it may take you that long to find a property and close on one. So let's consider at least the 90-day leaseback. Number two, you will need to keep in mind that the people that have purchased your home are not letting you live there for free. So you will need to keep utilities in your name. You will need to keep renter's insurance, and you will need to pay them above the premium for the actual house payment. So if their house payment, because they're purchasing your home at a profit, is more than your house payment was, that's the name of the game. They are not there to let you live there completely and totally for free until you find a home. So be conscious and conscientious that it may cost you more to rent your own home from the people you're selling it to, but it may also be your only option. Number four, make sure that you are in contact with them on a regular basis. And when you move out, that you go above and beyond making sure the property is in as good or better condition as you would have left it had they closed the first time on time. They are doing you a favor, and you are doing them a favor by giving them a house to purchase in this very slow market. But it's definitely a situation that needs to be handled with correct leasing contracts. Does not need to be a handshake deal. It does need to be held in escrow. So if you're paying a down payment, you want to make sure that, again, you hire the right real estate agent to walk you through this. Had a phone call beep in. Hope that didn't destroy this verbiage. Anyway, also, there are leaseback purchase agreements in our typical forms. You can find those anywhere, but make sure you're reading through it and that you have a solid plan for anything that possibly could happen. So to reiterate, make sure it's 90 days. Make sure that you understand what your payment plan and payment structure are. Utilities stay in your name, and that you have renter's insurance to cover your booty if something were to happen in that property. So those things to keep in mind. We will talk more about every single day that we have something coming along of what can and cannot benefit you as a home seller or buyer. Justhomesgroup.com. Thanks for visiting.